The next black swan in crypto, will it be Ripple stablecoin versus Tether? Did Brad Garlinghouse predict this? The news is coming out now where the EU, Coinbase, they're taking Tether off of the exchange due to MiCA rules. So in this one, I want your participation. I would love to hear your comments down below, especially on Twitter, because this is getting really wild. Ripple seems to be being pushed out of America for some reason, but all over the world, they're all cooperating. But Tether seems to be chumming up to America, but being pushed out in other countries. There's a lot of educated people watching this. I would love to hear your feedback on what you think is happening. But let's listen to Brad Garlinghouse as he pretty much seemed to predict what is happening right now. So the first one we're going to watch is, I just want to give you some perspective. This first clip here, this was posted by, I think it's called Chris Vasquez. I'll show you guys in just a moment on his channel. But I want to give you some perspective on Brad Garlinghouse talking about the SEC, and he predicted the appeal, which is interesting. And listen to what he said.
I mean, look, it takes conviction for sure.
Yeah.
I thought I was right. And we were in a position, Ripple, the company, was in a financial position where we could fight. And I think one of the hard things about what has happened in the crypto space is the SEC has been a bully. I mean, like, that's the right word. They're a bully because they go after weak players. And to your earlier point about the adversary of the SEC, one of the biggest problems here is they're not a rational capitalistic actor. There's no downside for them spending another $100 million of time, energy, and resource to file the appeal. Like, it's a little like if you're running a company and you sue.
So he predicted it right there. There's no downside. He knew they were going to appeal. There's no downside other than their own sort of political gain, I guess. I mean, if you think about that just a moment, like, it's just the only downside would be their political gain. That would be it. Okay. So now this is where he talked about potentially a Tether black swan. But what I want you to listen to in detail, this is what I do all day. I listen to videos, I slow them down. He said, black swan, positive or negative? When would a black swan be positive? If Ripple is creating a stable coin, Tether's a stable coin. So just pay attention.
Just think about the market.
Do you think there's any black swans?
Yeah.
Have you thought through any use cases? Like,
well, but you mean black swans on the positive or the negative?
Listen,
both actually.
I guess is it a black swan? If it's on
maybe
the
it's a white swan.
A white swan.
I don't know. White swan would be Tether collapsing, Ripple coming in as a stable coin. It's like, this is interesting. This is so awesome. This timeline. It's just. I love this stuff, man. I think we all did a really good job of figuring out this game, man.
They'd call that, but like, yeah, I guess any unconventional, unorthodox, but like massive events that could really swing things one way or the other.
I mean, I think there will be events that are very difficult to predict. Maybe people can make fun of me, but I would have told you, let me think back to it. I guess it was 2 years ago, April 2 years ago, FTX held a conference in the Bahamas.
I was there. Yeah.
I was there as well. I remember leaving that conference thinking like, wow, FTX has emerged in a relatively short amount of time as like one of the power players in crypto. And I was impressed. I would have said at that time that FTX and Binance were the two most important, most influential, and probably SBF and CZ were the two most important players in crypto. Now you've got one definitively in jail, one, I guess, potentially headed to jail. And I bring this up in context of black swans is like, it's hard to know, but on the positive, think about the freaking resilience of this industry and market that 2 years ago, somebody who I thought I knew a lot about what's going on in crypto, I would have said these are the two most important companies. The CEOs of the two most important companies now either are in jail or I think headed there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in some ways, I mean, the CZ stuff I'm less close to, and so I don't know as many details. But look, the resilience of the market, that should give us immense optimism.
Yes.
About what's coming. Do I think there's going to be another black swan?
Yes.
Of course, 100%. I just don't know exactly what it is. The only one that's going to be an interesting one to watch, and I don't even know how he calls a black swan because I feel like black swan by definition can't really be, it's like predicted. Oh, didn't see that happening.
Yeah.
the U.S. government is going after Tether. That is clear to me.
Or are they?
I view Tether as a very important part of the ecosystem, and I don't know how to predict
the impact that will have on the rest of the
right.
Okay. So the U.S. government is going after Tether. Okay. I'm just trying to figure all this out. So we got Ripple that got sued by the SEC, right? The most disruptive technology in the world. We got XRP, a bridge currency. We got Bitcoin now wanting to be pulled underneath the treasury. We got Coinbase to delist unauthorized stablecoins in EU by December. Tether, which is the largest issuer of stablecoins, doesn't have the necessary e-money license yet. These are the MiCA. This is the MiCA right here. How MiCA and European digital asset regulations are paving the way for institutional adoption. Ripple's all over the regulation. They're getting regulatory clarity in all countries, and most of the countries except America. And if you want to dive into MiCA, you can dive into all this. I went through all this. There's just so many documents on here. Markets and crypto assets in MiCA. If you just click right here, you can go into all the different stuff. Gives you timelines, right? We're heading into December 2024. So now we're in the implementation stage. We got Tether's best friends of US, says CEO Paulo, or which one is it? Brad says that they're going after them. This gentleman says they're the best friend. There's something that we're not seeing here, and I'd love to hear your guys' insight. You guys are just so many smart people watching this channel, okay? And then we got Ripple, USD stablecoin, could be issued in weeks, not months. Garlinghouse, that's on September 4th. So now we're in a month later. Ripple's close to launching US dollar peg stablecoin, Ripple USD, okay? RLUSD will be fully backed by US dollar assets tested with enterprise partners and will operate on XRP, Ledger, and Ethereum blockchain. Man, some deep stuff going on here, guys. So what we're seeing is a systematic change in our financial system, right? So you got the European Union, they have stablecoin regulation, they got the MiCA rules. We got China now re-looking and researching cryptocurrency regulation because other countries are coming on board. In America, I mean, we are literally the sore thumb. The SEC, there's something deeper going on. Jay Clayton initiated the case against Ripple, bounced 3 days later in December 20th, 2020, went to consult for a cryptocurrency firm. Jay Clayton, who initiated the case against Ripple, sits on the bank bail-in committee, the board of directors. We got Gary Gensler that came from the head professor at MIT for cryptocurrency to take over the cryptocurrency SEC and become a cop on the beat. Gross overreach, and was able to make Congress come together against him. What is going on here, guys? Like, what do you guys think? Do you think Tether is the next black swan, that they're really not backed 1-to-1 by USD or by the US dollar? Sorry. And then we got Ripple, this juggernaut coming in that has the ability. They have the funds, they have the backing, they have the team. And maybe it was that there's some connection with Tether and the government, and that Ripple is a very well-run company that has their shit together. And it was so disruptive to the American financial system, they had to put them on a pedestal in a negative way. So maybe it's a white swan, not a black swan, as Brad Garlinghouse said. Maybe I'm overanalyzing his words. Maybe I'm overanalyzing his perception of what is going to happen. What if there was a Tether stablecoin collapse and Ripple comes out as the top? I don't know. It'll be really neat to see how these videos play out, but I would love to hear your feedback, okay? So I share with you what I'm doing on the back end of every single video. So I followed this pattern from 2020 to 2022. I'm not in a vertical strategy. So people go to school, get a job, 401k. People start a business, they work in the business, trading time for money, and they have crypto, right? So I learned to scale my companies, and I learned to create systems and processes. So I no longer trade time for money. I hire people to help me with systems and processes so I can make money 24 hours a day. Warren Buffett. If you don't make money while you sleep, you'll work until you die. So I was able to create cash flow 24 hours a day. With the cash flow, I put it into the left side of the risk pyramid, which is cryptocurrency. If you pull a risk pyramid, cryptocurrency is super high risk, high return. So from 2020 to 2022, I pulled some off the top. House money, I pulled it down the risk pyramid. I use insurance, precious metals. We're stacking Bitcoin now, and we're getting into real estate, right? So I pull from the top of the risk pyramid. I bring it down to tier 1 capital, the safest capital. Insurance has been here since the Roman days. People insure their car, they insure their house, they insure everything but their money. I insure my money, right? And that's about a 30% indexing strategy for myself. I index about 30% of my money into insurance. And then real estate is higher up on the risk pyramid. So we're going to start allocating into real estates. Everybody needs a place to live. Everybody has insurance, right? Precious metals will always be here, and the markets will be up and down. They're waves of energy, right? You can catch the top, you never catch the top, and you'll never catch the bottom, but you can be strategic and pull as everybody's coming in to get rich quick, and as everybody's running when there's blood in the streets, you buy. It's just waves of energy. That's all it is. And so that's what I've been doing for since 2020. It's worked really well. Super excited for the next 40 days as Bitcoin's going to drive the market up, and then it's going to flood into all our other coins. And I'll follow the same process. I'll calmly pull on the way up as everybody's trying to catch the big kahuna wave. I'll already pulled profits, pull it down, max fund my policies, and then I'll look at the landscape. I'm like, hey, where are we heading? Where's BlackRock taking us? Where's all this stuff? And so that's the things that we help people with. Okay. So we get hundreds of messages a day on how I ensure my wealth, but it's about you. It's a needs assessment and what's important to you. What I do may not work for you. What's important is, where are you at in your current retirement strategy? What have you started? Where's your financial literacy? Are you currently investing? All these different things. So we fill out the needs assessment down below in the description of this video or in my social media platform. Click the link. It's a free consultation. Remember, be careful of scammers. You'll never send my team money. We do not have an investment platform. We do not have a trading platform. Those are all scammers. Okay. My team will call you, text you, email. It's a free consultation. You'll never send them money. Ever. You'll never send them money on any type of, messaging system or anything like that. Okay. It's a free consultation. It's for retirement strategies. Okay. And then we have our Coach JV Academy. So people, that are, they feel lost, like lost in the sauce. My coach always says that, lost in the sauce. And you want a like-minded community with tons of education, a bunch of live calls. It's your tribe. Just check out the Coach JV Academy down below or click the Warrior Academy linked in my bio as well. It'll give you all the information you need to make an informed decision. That's an education academy. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I hope to see you on the inside. Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.